Oh, will you get me some water? Hey, thank you. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. No, water in my cup. I'm just going to have my son get me some fresh water because we're going to be doing some watercoloring today. I'm going to give everybody a little bit of time to join. I'm going to make sure. Hi, Jalissa. I'm going to also pull it up on my computer over here so that I can see your comments. And let me know if you can hear me okay, if you can see everything okay. I've rearranged my lighting, hopefully not to get a glare. And I forgot to put my mat up here. I did want to put my mat up here. So I'm just going to move that off to the side. Thank you, sweetie. Got some fresh water. Because like I said, we're going to do some watercoloring today. Alright, let me put this stuff back over here. Now, I don't see my video. Hello, hello, Mississippi, North Carolina. Hope everybody is doing well. Yay, okay. Oh, there we go. I'm still drinking coffee. I'm only on my second cup, so bear with me. All right, perfect. Okay, so I think everything is in the description box. That's what I was rushing to try and get that in there because I go live on my cell phone, and yeah, so your next stop is going to be Rachel Reynolds, and her link is in the description. I am going to quickly put a link to my blog, which is inkyfairydesigns.com. All of the supplies that I'm going to use in this video are going to be on the post that I put in there because I didn't put the link in the description box quite yet of all of the supplies that I'm using today. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly put that in the description box in case you're wondering, or in the comments. There we go. Okay, so first, I just want to thank Tiffany for putting this together. I really loved doing this last year, and I knew as soon as I saw her announce that she was going to do it again, I wanted to participate. And it's such a great thing, and you know, I'm just so excited to be with all of these amazing crafters, all of these amazing sponsors. You can see here on this little printout that I have. So amazing. I'm so grateful to all of them for donating prizes and sponsoring videos and all of that awesome stuff. So I am going to have a giveaway as well. This was kind of like a last minute thing. So keep commenting, ask questions, and I will pick a winner from this live video. So if you're here live, you have a chance to win all of the products, all of the stamps that I'm going to be using today in the Hedgehog Hollow, from the Hedgehog Hollow box. This is the March box. So you're going to get all of the stamps that I use, plus some more, and some card bases, envelopes, and then I'm also including my favorite ink pad from Brutus Monroe, this detail ink. I had an extra one laying around. I don't need it, so I'm going to put it in this box and send it off to one of you. So keep commenting. Let me know what you think. We are going to be making, I just want to make sure I've said everything that I need to say. Hopefully I have. Let's see. And I'm totally not looking. I've always said if it's free, it's for me. That's funny. Hey, Canada. Yes. Awesome. Yes. Hey, Jessie. We're going to do some watercolor today. awesome. Okay, hopefully I have mentioned all of the things that I need to mention. Like I said, I'm just winging it. That is what I do. The only reason I know what we're making today is because I actually filmed this at the beginning of the month, and I had a ton of issues with my editing software, and I couldn't edit it. And so this never got put on my YouTube channel, and I thought, since I am hopping in and kind of filling in today with cards, joining all the card makers and scrapbookers, I thought it was perfect. I can use this and I can just make it with you guys. So perfect. I think that's it. Yay. Okay. I'm going to try and read your comments. However, my computer is kind of to the right and behind me, and then of course the camera is above me. So yeah. All right, let me show you the stamps that we're going to be using first. We're going to be using this cute little guy. It's a little paint tube, and so this is it's called Crafters Embellish, and it's in the Hedgehog Hollow March box, which I think there's still some available. And then we're going to be using the sentiments from Exclusively Hand Lettered by Jess Francisco. These are so beautiful. And so those are the two sets from the kit that we're going to be using. Here are a couple of the other sets in there. There's a stencil in there, and then there's this fun sentiment set, which all of the sentiments are kind of going vertical. So that's pretty cool. Again, this is the card that we're going to be making. We're going to be doing some watercoloring. I am using the Prima watercolor paper. This is 140-pound cold press watercolor paper. I love it. This is the 12 by 12 piece, and I just cut them down to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 size, which is perfect for cards. Let's see. I'm going to be using Prima watercolors today. These are the Pastel Dreams, and this is the collection that I'm going to be using. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to start stamping up this panel. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't think that's going to work because, yeah, that's not going to work. I just got the mini Misty, and it's so cute. But when I'm stamping off, like, you know, I'm not stamping just on this panel, I'm finding that it's not exactly big enough. So, but I think it'll be nice for a lot of things, just not this particular, just not this one. So let me find the card here, go over here. So basically I just kind of place them on my backgrounds. I'm going to use the detail ink since that is what I'm sending out. This is great ink for watercoloring, and hopefully, no, I know I've used it for watercoloring before. And then of course, with the watercolor paper, it is textured, so that is one of the reasons that, oh, and you know what, I have it on the wrong side. Okay, it would help if I had it on the side that you actually need it on. So this is the Tim Holtz Travel Platform Positioner Stamp Thingamajig, and it has like a clear side and a rubber side, and I had it on the rubber side, and I'm using a clear stamp, so it helps if you put it on the right side. All right, see, that stamped much better. just going to do it one more time. And then we can just go across the top of the card base. So I just kind of put them, you know, different ways, different angles, some of them on the page, some of them off the page. I just really, when I saw this stamp set with the paints and they're kind of spilling out onto whatever, I just immediately thought of this rainbow of paint cascading down my card. So that is what I'm doing. I'm going to do this one. And of course, like the first time I did it, I wasn't thinking about anything. I was just putting them on there. Now I'm overthinking it. Because generally, if you guys watch my videos or subscribe to my channel, I do not plan out what I make for you guys. It is all just like, okay, I want to use this stamp set, or I want to use these watercolors or whatever. And then I sit down, turn on the camera, and start making stuff. So I generally don't plan or don't try something before I flip on the camera. So it either works or it doesn't. And sometimes it doesn't work and I have to try again. But most times anything you do, anything you create is gonna work. It is super cute, Penny, isn't it? It is an awesome stamp set. I love it. It's a super fun one. Has all kinds of encouraging sentiments to send anybody. But, you know, of course, I think about like all of my crafty friends. So since I am making another one, I'm going to go ahead and include the one that we make today in the box for the winner, so you can have some inspiration and maybe recreate the stamp if you want to when you get all your goodies. I think that would be fun. Now this one isn't super dark. I can try to line it up again. This could be a huge fail. We'll see how it goes. And of course I just moved it. Totally moved it. Does that look lined up? It's kind of off the page. If it's not totally lined up, it'd be okay. Perfect. At least it's a little bit darker. All right, so we've got our watercolor panel. Oh, thank you, Penny. Yeah, I love tie-dye. I love it. Okay, I'm kind of looking and seeing if I... Thank you, Rusty Angel. Okay, I don't think I've missed anything. So let me go ahead and get going on the watercoloring. So I have some watercolor brushes here. If you guys came from Tiffany's channel, she was watercoloring with a water brush, which is totally perfect. And I do that a lot as well. But I have a ton of watercolor brushes, so I'm going to be using those today. Since it is a smaller image, I'm going to use smaller brushes. So I'm going to use a number 2 round for some of the detail work, and then I'm going to use this number 4 cat's tongue, which when I made this one, I found it really super easy to make these little like cascades of color. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one to start. I have my water, always have water, and then I have, looks like my last thing of paper towels, which if I had known I was going to need paper towels a month ago, whew, I use them all the time. Okay. Exactly. It is Penny. Is it so? And I always forget. I mean, I don't need apron on for like this kind of thing, but I totally forget to put my aprons on when I'm doing mixed media. And then the other day I got paint all over. Actually, I got the gloss sprays all over my leggings, but they were black, so it doesn't matter. But then, just so you know, for the gloss sprays, well, later on, I saw that it went through my leggings and I had stained my skin. That was pretty funny. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start with this pretty dark pink. And I'm going to hope that this is dry. I think it is. Looks pretty dry. So I'm going to put that on the, just going to start it here where the paint is kind of spilling out. And then I'm just going to cascade it down, clean off my brush and bring it down. And then I'm going to add more color here. And then I'm going to clean off my brush and I'm just going to cascade it down until it fades out. And that is all I do. All I do. So they're going to blend into each other, which is really what I did want. And I am going to paint this little bit up here so we know what the color is in the tube. Now I'm going to switch to this orange. And when I first did my card, it wasn't kind of as orange as I wanted. So I'm going to mix it. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to mix it here in my palette with a little bit of that pink and make it a little bit more orange than it originally was. I'm going to add more of it because now it's more too pink. But I'm going to add that here. And then again, just like the other one, I'm just going to color in this little bit, and then I'm going to bring it down a little bit, rinse off my brush, and cascade it even further down. Then I'll pick up some more of that color, drop it in here, and where it's wet, it's going to move into that area, and then it just kind of fades out like that. I love watercolor too. It is a great card for an artist. They do, and when it dries, they do dry a little bit lighter. So I did do like a second layer on top. All right, so now we're gonna go into the yellow. I gotta watch my time. Okay, so we're 20 minutes in. This card doesn't take a long time. So I think we'll be good. So I'm just going to continue coloring these little paint tubes, bringing them out. Add a little bit more color to the top, so it kind of gives you that fade effect there. The fun thing is, yeah, every time you create this card, it's going to be slightly different. So then I'm going to go into this gorgeous mint green. This is one of my favorite Prima palettes. I love the pastel colors. They just make me happy. And with spring here finally, it's just perfect. It makes me happy, which is what we want, right? I always say use things that make you happy. Use things that you have already. And then if something, you know, you see something that you don't have and that you think it will make you happy, get it. There's nothing wrong with a little retail therapy. I love it. And the great thing about this card is you don't have to be perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to stay in the lines or create a masterpiece. I really want this to be loose and free. I think one of my daughters actually is helping me today. So thank you, daughter. If you see Inky Fairy Designs commenting, that's got to be my daughter. So she's awesome. I have awesome kids. It was totally last minute. I was like, if you want, you can hop on and help me with the comments. Yes, this palette is awesome. And I do have it linked in that blog post that I posted earlier. I do have all the supplies that I used in that post. Now this is a really soft blue and I love it, but it kind of gets lost with the other colors. So I'm going to add just a touch of this brighter blue. Just a little bit. So we can brighten that up a little bit. And then it can fade out. And you can see the Prima watercolors tend to be a little bit more opaque and chalky, but they're beautiful. If I get too much, if I feel like it's covering my stamped image too much, I'll just take my paper towel and pull a little bit of that color up. Thank you. Yes. If you like this, totally hit the thumbs up button. And if you like this, I share a lot of watercoloring on my YouTube channel, a lot of card watercoloring. So if you like that and you want to subscribe, I would love that. You do not have to subscribe to win, of course, but I would love that. I would love to have you join my channel. And that would be awesome. I have another card coming out, another video using this subscription box coming out tomorrow morning. So if you want more inspiration on using this, the stamps here, feel free. Okay, so that looks good for a first layer, I think. I am an impatient crafter, so I use a heat tool to dry layers so that I can move on. So this is just the Ranger heated tool. It is hopefully not too loud. Mine is actually getting louder. I think I need to get a new one. So hopefully it's not too bad. But I just want to heat set this or dry these watercolors, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of shading on our paint bottles. Where's my other paintbrush? Where did it go? you guys see where I put it? Here it is. Yes, Deanna. And it's like, we didn't even know when this, like, Tiffany has had this plan for a long time. And I know that she asked us if we still wanted to do it and everything. And I just think it was just the perfect thing. Perfect time to come together. I have a palette, I don't know, this little palette up here is full of Daniel Smith watercolors. And these are like all the grays that are my favorites, plus a shadow violet color that I like to use for shading. So there isn't a gray you can see in this Prima palette. So I'm just going to use a gray from here. I'm going to use the Alvaro's Fresco Gray because I love it. It's a cool gray, and I love cool colors like blues and purples and minty greens and all that kind of stuff, turquoise. I don't generally love warm colors like oranges and reds and stuff like that unless I'm doing like a rainbow like we're doing here. But anyway, so this is dry now. I'm going to go in. I'm just going to add a bit of detail shadow on the right hand side of all of these paint bottles or paint tubes. And it's very, very quick. I'm going right over that color that I put on there. Right over it. I'm going to rinse off my brush, pinch it with my hand to remove any excess water, and then spread it to the left hand side. And I'm going to do that for all of them. So hopefully you can see. Thank you, Kanika. I appreciate that. Penny. There, you can take a quick bathroom break. You can take your phone in there. We won't even know. And then you can stay with us. This card totally makes me happy. Rainbows make me happy. Rainbow colors make me happy because they're just so easy and effortless to blend, and you don't really have to think too much. Pinch that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I'll add the splatters in the next layer, but I did add splatters for a little bit more dimension and texture. Okay, so that was very little water. We don't have to worry about heating that. I'm going to take another, load up my brush again and just swipe it on that left hand side or the right hand side again, under where the tube curves, like here, just to give a little bit more dimension here because we spread that out, and under the cap. And that is it. I mean, that just really gives the tubes a little bit of life and dimension, but it's not anything too crazy, and you don't have to really. I'm just kind of going where there would be some shadows. Like that. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to add a second layer here just to deepen up these colors. And we've got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Oh, good. I'm glad. I hope that this hop inspires you to play this weekend. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you guys how much art and crafting and card making just totally releases stress for me and anxiety, which I think, if you didn't struggle with anxiety before this past week, I think everybody is now. I keep telling my family, like, the world now knows what it's like to be in my head. Because I always worry. I worried before there was a reason to worry, which is crazy. And now it's like, now there's a reason to worry, I guess, but whatever. So, crafting, especially watercolors, is my happy place. Like, for real. It is my happy place. I use that hashtag all the time on Instagram. I also use the hashtag art is therapy, and it's because it's true. It's what gets me through a lot of days. And it is interesting because I used to feel like I couldn't craft or I couldn't create in that state of mind, but it's the opposite. I can, and when I do, here's the splatters, I feel so much better. So anytime, anytime. So we're gonna add some splatters because I forgot to do those earlier. Now we're going to add the yellow, another layer of yellow just to deepen that up. And I'm not adding any more color to the paint tubes, just this little splash of color that we have going on here. Just want to deepen it up a little bit here. So I do hope you guys find some inspiration throughout this hop. We have so many amazing, talented crafters and artists this week and next. And I think you will enjoy hanging out with everybody and seeing what they make. Add a little bit more of this blue. Oh yes, splatters are fun because you also get fun mixes that you wouldn't have gotten before just from splattering randomly. And you know, where it lands and mixes, you get some fun things going on, which we love. My son really filled up my water. That was very sweet of him. Yes. Disorganized Crafter watercolors taught me how to let loose. Before I did a lot of coloring with markers, and I kept it very tight, and watercolors really helped me to let go of that, which is something that I feel very grateful to watercolors coming into my life for. So that is that. I just need to add a few purple splatters here because I forgot to do that. There we go. And that is the watercoloring. That is all the watercoloring that we do. What do you guys think? It's super pretty, right? And all we have to do is make the card, which is going to be like super easy, super quick. I'm going to put this over here. Hopefully I don't knock it down. I'm going to heat set or dry this layer of watercolor. Thank you so much, Monica. Yes. Yes, let loose. It will free your mind, I promise you. Just do this. Do this. Pull out the rainbows that you have, the rainbow colors that you have in your collection. Even if you don't have like a paint stamp, just make some fun backgrounds using the different colors. Be really loose with it. You can totally use this technique to make some fun backgrounds on your cards. Okay, I'm gonna shut that up. And I'm going to pull out my my die cut machine. All I did was run this through with a simple rectangle, like a rounded rectangle die. That's about as fancy as die cutting as I get. When I made the first card, I want to try and get, I don't want to lose my purple paint tube, so I'm going to go all the way up against the edge. When I did my first one, I taped down because I didn't want my my die to move, so I taped it down with some purple tape and ripped up half of my card, which kind of stunk. But I fixed it because there was no way I did all of that watercoloring and wasn't going to use it. So I just glued down the bits that ripped up and then added more paint on top and totally fixed it. So there we go. When there's a will, there's a way. And I'm telling you, I rarely chuck anything. Like, I rarely like throw stuff away when I'm creating because everything can be used no matter what. Reasonably priced watercolor brushes. These ones are super reasonably priced. These are the silver 88 round. They're good for watercolor and mixed media or paint or acrylic paints. And they are very affordable. The other ones that I love are Princeton watercolor brushes. This is the Nocturne collection. These are really good and economical. And then let me show you these. These are super affordable and you can find them in most art stores or online. This is another Princeton and these are the Snap. And I recommend round. So you get like, they're like the most versatile I have found, the round watercolor brushes. These are really, really good, especially if you're brand new to watercoloring, because like the name says, they snap right back into shape. So you're gonna continue to have that really nice point, and they hold a lot of water and pigment. So those definitely, Princeton would be a great one to start with. Yes, these would be so cool and so simple, Carrie, to make a bunch at a time. Just stamp all these and color them. You could even let your kids make them. Oh, why am I getting that out? Different sentiments with it. I chose to use Inspire because my friends inspire me all the time. So I just kind of put that on there where I kind of centered a little. And I'm going to stamp that. I'm actually going to stamp that not with the detail ink, but with the VersaClair Nocturne. I just feel like with this stamp, it is it's a very thick line. So this, and especially stamping on textured watercolor paper, I just want, you know, something really, really, really dark. And we'll probably have to still stamp it twice so you can see we still have some areas that, because the watercolor paper, especially the cold press watercolor paper, has a ton of texture, and that's what I love about it, because you get these, like, you know, the watercolor flows into the little nooks and crannies, and that's what creates such beautiful texture in your projects with watercolors. This part, stamping the sentiments and stuff, can get a little bit trickier. But as long as you have a stamp positioner, you will be golden and you don't have to worry about it. Even if you didn't have a stamp positioner and, like, say you stamped it and it's still not filling in those areas, you could just take a black pen or a black marker and fill that in. So I'm just going to do it one more time. This R is not wanting to kind of go down there. There we go. Perfect. Dawn, you can get cold pressed watercolor paper at your big box stores. Scrapbook.com carries the Prima watercolor paper that I am using today. And they carry in the smaller sizes. So I showed you the big 12 by 12. I got that because I prepped for a class and I wanted to have enough paper for all of my students to cut down for them. But they come in smaller, like 6 by 6, 8 by 8 sizes. I think they even have like a 4 by 6 size watercolor. So check out your favorite crafting stores and you will, I'm sure you will find it. Okay, so now I'm going to add the you and the me. But in a pinch, like if you want to get some now, your local, you know, the big box stores that you normally shop at, if they're still open, I'm just kind of making sure that that is straight enough. I think I saw Michael's was doing like curbside pickup. And I know scrapbook.com, the last I looked, is still shipping. So see, that stamped beautifully the first time. It was just that very like thick black line art that we needed a little bit of extra. Okay, so I forgot that I added a little bit of shimmer to my paint bottles, and to do that I used this Ink on 3 liquid pixie dust, which is my absolute favorite. I've actually still ordered from Amazon, guys. I know I saw that they weren't ordering or they weren't doing orders, but it's not. And I actually got stuff in 2 days, but I think it might have been because my mom we needed to order band-aids for her. She like cut herself, and we got some band-aids, but I was like, we should get some more because who knows, you know, we might need some. And so we ordered more band-aids and they came in 2 days, even though when we ordered it, it said it wouldn't be here for like a week. So that was, I think because it was like a essential item along with some vitamins for my kiddos. So I'm just like quickly swiping because I don't really want to activate the color, the paint underneath. I'm just quickly, quickly swiping some of that shimmer. Now I'm going to add a lot of water, and I'm going to add more splatters with just the shimmer. And that's just going to land wherever, and it's going to create some fun shimmery goodness on our card, which I love. I love adding shimmer. I don't like glitter. I like shimmer. I love glitter pens, you know, the stuff that's gonna dry. I don't like loose glitter that's gonna travel my entire house wherever I go. So, does it look pretty? Can you guys see the shimmer? I don't know if the camera is picking it up. Oh no, Cynthia. Maybe you'll get lucky and be surprised and it'll come sooner, because that's what happened to us. We didn't think it was going to come for a week and it came like in 2 days. So I will keep my fingers crossed for you. So I'm just going to dry that real quick because we want that to be nice and dry. I have some quick card bases here I got from scrapbook.com. These are the blank note cards. I'm going to score, it's already scored. I don't have to do anything. I just have to fold it and crease it. Oh, look, my thing is dirty, but we're going to cover that up anyway. We're going to pop that right on top. I used some dimensional foam for that. So we'll go ahead and do that. Ooh, look at that. 15 minutes to spare. So I can totally answer some questions if I missed them, since I wasn't completely looking at the comments. If you have questions that I missed, please repost them for me now, and I can look and get them. Crafting supplies are essential. Thanks, Jessie. That's how I paint. Loose. Try not to think too much about it. Just having fun. I actually really do love how this card came out when I first got it. It was like, it's one of those, you know, I don't know. Oh, look, it wasn't dirty. It was just something. Oh, it's probably eraser bits. But when you make something and you have an idea in your head and not all the time does it come out the way you want it to, this card actually came out exactly the way that I wanted it to. So that's it. That's the card. It is so quick and easy. So I hope you guys, you can see how they're a little bit different. But basically, you know, super easy. I will put a link to the description, or link to the supplies in the description box after the video. If you're watching the replay, you can check it out there. Or if you guys want to check out my blog for this card, here I have a list of the supplies there as well. Yeah, that would be a whole nother side of crazy for sure, Rustic Ink. We need our supplies to keep us sane. I totally agree. Yeah, I stood up and it got louder. Sorry about that. I am, Nelly, and I'm the same way, girl. I am like making more stuff and I have more ideas. After this, I'm going to hang out with everybody, watch their videos, and I have a date with my mixed media supplies, because next week I will be back for the second day of the hop, and I'm going to be doing some mixed media with you guys. I'm going to be playing with my Dina Wakley gloss sprays, so if you're interested in mixed media, I'm going to be doing some projects with, or one project with that. It does always turn out different. That's what I love about it. Oh, thank you, Wendy. My, yeah, I find my zen when I'm crafting, and I am like a total opposite in real life. I'm so not calm in real life. But when I'm crafting, I am, and that's why I totally think that it's therapeutic. So we've got 10 minutes. I'm happy to hang out with you guys and answer any questions that I missed. I'm just looking at the comments and chatting with you guys, since I didn't get a chance to do that while I was making the card. I wanted to make sure we got through it. Thank you so much, Rustic Angel. What set of watercolor do I suggest for a beginner? I love Prima watercolors because you can get, they have these little tins and you can get 12 colors. So like you can, like this set right here, it has a lot of, even though they're pastel primaries, they have a lot of primaries. You can mix and make other colors. So I really like these just because it's quick and easy. You pick up a palette, and like I said, when I tell people what color, they ask me what colors they want to use or what colors they should get. There's so many different sets of these that you can just pick a set that you like, colors that make you happy, inspire you. Say you like a lot of greens, this set would be perfect because there's like all these blues and greens in them. So just pick colors that make you happy, a set that inspires you, and you'll have a lot of fun. Plus, these are easy to find and pick up. After that, of course, I showed you my Daniel Smith watercolors, which I had here. These are my grays. Daniel Smith watercolors are definitely my favorites, and great for crafters too. You know, they're fine art medium, they're fine art quality, but they're perfect for crafters, and that's actually what I started watercoloring with. Really quickly, I moved from like I forget what it was, like a palette set, and then I quickly moved to Daniel Smith. Yes, Penny, you can. If you find that you're using a color over and over and over and the pan is running out, you can now get the individual pan colors from Prima, which is awesome. That is a good point. They're very addictive, aren't they, Jessie? Just because they have palettes that are just beautiful and they're going to work beautiful together. And that's what I really love about them. And that's what I think they're great for beginners, because you don't have to worry about like mixing. If you get into this palette, all those colors are going to work beautifully together. Oh, watercolor paper. Yeah, Jessie, Arches is great. I have a lot of Arches. I have a lot of Fabriano. And of course, the Prima. As long as your paper is 100% cotton, guys, you're gonna get effects like this that you love. If you work on a paper that is not 100% cotton, you're gonna find that out right away. I've had, you know, I've tried watercolor paper, and I can tell right away if it's not 100% cotton, because you're not gonna get the movement that you want. Okay, so we've got 8 minutes, right? 7 minutes. Gail, you really don't. No. Oh, the name of this set, Dawn. Sorry, I missed your comment. It's the Pastel Dreams. That's the one I use for these two cards. Okay. So let me see. I guess I gotta pick a winner. Oh, thank you, Disorganized Crafter. And I'm sorry I'm calling you by your handle. People do that to me too. They call me Inky Fairy Designs because that's what's on there. And I don't mind it at all, because I don't expect you guys to remember my name with, you know, where you see me all over on Instagram, Inky Fairy Designs, YouTube, Inky Fairy Designs, my blog, Inky Fairy Designs. You can totally just call me Inky Fairy. Totally fine, Cynthia. Oh, I know, didn't it, Pam? Really did. We had no idea. But it's such a good distraction, and really need, I think we need that right now. We need to find peace and inspiration and happiness, which you're going to find all of that here throughout the hops. You're going to find inspiration. You're going to find beautiful projects. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so I do have a box to give away. I need to do that. We've got 5 minutes. Yeah. I think I'm going to do it US only, just because the postal is really crazy right now, and I don't want any of you guys international having to pay crazy custom fees on something like this and then get it held up at customs and all of that. So I'm going to do my giveaway just US only. So if you can comment in the, leave a comment that you would like to win this box of stamps using all of the stamps that we use today. Just leave a comment and tell me what you are hoping to see this weekend, I guess. Like, what do you love to see in videos? So leave that in the comments, and I will definitely pick a winner. Let's, we gotta hurry up and head over to the next channel. but I'll post it. I'll pick a winner. I'm calling you, Nelly. Baby animal videos. Yay! Card making techniques. That's awesome, Lana. Yes. Oh, great, Chris. I have another video coming out tomorrow using the stencil in the box. So this is the card that will be on my video on my channel tomorrow. So check that out if you want more inspiration using this box. Yeah, here in the chat box. Here in the chat box, Gail. This is only going to be a giveaway for the live, so yeah, just here in the chat box. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let you guys go for another 2 minutes. Just leave a comment that you would like to win, what you want to see. Oh, how-tos love different shaped cards. Yes. Cute cards, simple cards. Gail, I am your girl. I do simple. I do coloring, I do watercoloring, but I keep the actual card making very simple. Yes, awesome. Sweet, I don't think my kids are on anymore. The stamps I used today are from this month's box. Yes, Belinda. So March's box. This is March's box. These are the stamps that are in this month's box. And I do think there's still some available if you want to head over to the Hedgehog Hollow. And I think you can pick up just this month's box, or you can sign up for a subscription. This wasn't a simple card, Lana. I thought it was simple. That's funny. Okay, so I'm going to pick a winner because we have 2 minutes, and I want you not to be late for Rachel's video, Rachel's live. So I hate this part. I'm just going to like scroll through like back and forth. I'm scrolling. Okay, Lana, you're the winner. I hope you want this box. Email me. You can go to my blog, and there's an email me on my blog at inkyfairydesigns.com. And just email me your address, and I will get this box out to you. You're welcome. I hope you have fun with it. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the comments for the rest of the hawk today, and head over to Rachel's video now. All right, guys, love you. Stay safe and find your happy this weekend. All right, bye.